Before we start, I want to say thanks to Alex from Alex's Stupid Shirts, the brand from our last video, which if you haven't seen, you can click here. I think I can do that. If not, there will be a link in the description. You can click that. But yeah, he actually reached out to me after the video was uploaded, had some very nice things to say, and actually really helped promoting the video. He even put it on his Instagram and his Twitter. So thanks again for helping promote, even though there was criticism in the video. It really helps out. As for this video, we'll be talking about 2 brands instead of 1 like last time, as suggested on Reddit by this guy. Also, thanks a lot for all the feedback on the first video, guys. It really helps, and I take all of it into consideration. So if you guys do have any more suggestions or criticism on the video, leave a comment and I'll be sure to reply. But with that being said, I want to stress that not every brand that we look at is going to be in a positive light. You know, if the brand is trash, I'm going to be honest about it. With that being said, intro. Spacejunk is a small streetwear brand creating one-of-one, cut-and-sewn, heavily customized items, which heavily incorporate early anime such as Akira, Cowboy Bebop, Spirited Away, and they also make use of cartoons like Fairly OddParents and Kim Possible, and many other pop culture references. Spacejunk is owned and operated by a 22-year-old living in Brooklyn. He wears an old television as a helmet and rightfully goes by the name TV. Feels that the TV on his head helps him dissociate a bit and lets him be himself in an ironic way. He grew up near San Francisco, and before college his main focus was skating. He bounced around a number of California universities, not really finding his place. He ended up having to undergo eye surgery to prevent going blind from keratoconus, I think that's how you pronounce it. After his eyes were alright, he found his place in New York, where he currently attends a design school. So he's been making / modifying clothes for a long time, as you can see on his Instagram, but he's only started selling them within the last 6 months. He also dabbles in music, but hasn't released any yet. So I asked him about his inspirations. The first one he listed was Daft Punk, which is obvious when looking at the helmet and the website, which we'll look at later. Another inspiration is Dylan Ryder, who is a popular skateboarder. TV also added the first skate video he ever got was Transworld's A Time to Shine, which had a big effect on his childhood aspirations. TV also listed an inspiration of Banksy, an unknown street artist. He stated that every artist should see his movie Exit through the gift shop before they die. Another inspiration comes from Kurt Van Gogh, I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyway, he's an author of such works as Slaughterhouse-Five, which you guys probably heard about, and some other popular works. This time the inspiration comes from the author's interest in death and the universe. And the last inspiration that TV mentioned was Young Thug for his self-expression. So like I said, TV has been at a design school in New York where he has learned CSS, HTML, and Java, and he says that this has enabled him to really start selling clothes. So from this base of knowledge, he's made a pretty awesome website. Can be a little slow, but with the brand being so new and small, that's not really a big concern. The website offers a ton of exploration, and I think it adds a really cool vibe to the brand, or it really emphasizes the vibe that the brand is going for. Like I said, this website was created and maintained by Mr. TV himself.
Please, just TV. Mr. TV, where's my folder?
So this menu and stuff kind of reminds me of like an old Tony Hawk game. So first we're just going to look at the aesthetic of the website, because the website is really cool. First we'll go down to the bottom left where you have the option to change the background. So the first background you have, I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but it's like an astronaut up in space. Swap to background 2 and you have these like long exposure videos or photographs or whatever. Swap to background 3 and then you have this like solar system overview. Looks like you got a ring showing where 10 light years is, and just kind of probably zooming into where we are. So before we start looking at some of the clothes, let's check out some of these other links. The first one you have is Explore, and basically what this is, it just has like a ton of photos, all in the vertical style. Right here you got Mr. Bronsolino, Action Bronson, the man, the myth, the legend. This guy's dope. I love his music. Has some really cool interviews and is a very interesting individual. Daft Punk, which he talked about in his inspirations. I think these are called droidicas from Star Wars. Not sure what that is. Pyramids, Akira, A$AP Rocky, guitar, Marilyn Manson, some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Ian Connor. But yeah, pretty much there's like, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see on the scroll bar on the right, but this goes on for a really long time. So, ooh, Blade Runner. Yeah, that's one of the dope ones. That movie was great. But anyway, we'll go back to the main menu now. So if you click TV, this takes you to the TV Instagram. So By Spacejunk and TV are separated, with TV, or Real TV, being his like personal Instagram, and then By Spacejunk being the one where you can actually buy stuff. So when you click about, you get taken to this like kind of interesting page where they kind of like build some more lore or whatever. Like right here, we'll just read the top one. While TV does hate general galactic law, he admires the intricacy of the Galactic Federation's policy on universal mechanical material reliability bind in single linear timelines, blah blah blah, because the TV says that any purchased garment can be mailed back for significant and or functional repairs. So it's just kind of like a fun way of going about adding the usual about information, you know. Dylan Ryder is one of his inspirations. Impact of an ancient human legend. All right, so and then Instagram, obviously going to take you to the By Spacejunk, and then Archive is just a list of a bunch of their items that they've had for sale. So yeah, right here you got Kim Possible. I don't even know what the villain's name was, but it's from Kim Possible. Watch that like way back in the day. Here's some like bleached and dyed pants. I think these are really cool, and most of the stuff is sold out because it is one of ones, and when it comes down to it, like this website only has, you know, like 10 items for sale. But yeah, this is kind of interesting. He does this on a lot of his pieces. He'll add zippers, and you can zip it off into some jorts, which are oddly making a comeback. But yeah, you have the name of the item on the left, the dimensions, and then shipping, and a little quote. If we keep scrolling, we have some more pants. These ones are kind of cool. They got like a fanny pack on the leg, Steve Irwin, and then Earth. Next one, you got some SpongeBob stuff, Spirited Away, Cowboy Bebop, Star Wars. Let's see, like this is Kill Bill. Yeah, it looks like Kill Bill stuff. Fairly Odd Parents, just like a custom one. I'm not sure if that one has actually like any pop culture references, and Akira on the bottom. So yeah, this just is like covered in painting, and it's actually pretty cool because scroll down, you can get some closer pictures, and you see that it's corduroy. So that's an interesting silhouette to use, or blank to use. All right, so I do want to show you guys something that is in stock so we can see the price. When it sells out, it looks like he gets rid of the price. But yeah, you have these Kim Possible pants like I was talking about, and you can see the price is $120, which is pretty steep. And if I have not talked about that already, I will talk about it because TV did have something to say about that. So yeah, that pretty much covers everything for the website. So now we'll jump back and talk about some more stuff and then wrap this brand up. So as we showcased on the website, a lot of the prices for the items are pretty high. So TV said the high prices are a result of the time that goes into making the actual pieces and the cost of the products, and also the infrequent sales. That being said, he expressed interest in much lower prices further down the road, with a middle tier where products are priced around $20 to $40, along with the expensive stuff that is still there. The brand tries to offset the high prices by doing frequent giveaways, which they've also stated they would like to scale up as the brand grows. As far as the design process goes, for the patches, he uses an industrial Epson printer on cotton sheeting. So when the fabric is first printed, it comes out with a very high saturation, and the color doesn't really match the reworked vintage blanks that he uses. So he usually does a first wash to add a slight fade before sending the item out. That is, of course, unless people specify otherwise. It's important to note that additional washes don't really increase the fade, and he also buys vintage screen printed tees and cuts those up for the graphics. Some of the pieces or blanks used could be improved, like the fit on some of the pants looks pretty bad, but then again, that is just a mismatch with the fits I like. I prefer like a slim or skinny fit as opposed to baggy, which it looks like a lot of the pants that are used on there are more towards the baggy or like regular fit. That being said, there are some skinnier fit or slim fit jeans like this one, and I really like those. Also, not every pair of pants needs to have that graphic patch. I think some of them would work a lot better without it. For example, the pair of greenish pants with the fanny pack, I feel like the Steve Irwin patch and the Earth patch are just kind of unnecessary and bring down the overall design of the jeans. That being said, I think this brand is really cool, and I love the vibe that cultivates. Before moving on to the next brand, I want to say thanks to Spacejunk for answering my questions and giving me a ridiculous amount of info. But yeah, thanks again, and I wish you nothing but success. So the next brand up is Bound, a UK brand that makes use of stripes and patterns for their garments. Unlike Spacejunk, I didn't reach out to these guys, but let's head over to their website and take a look at the products so I can move on to what I actually want to talk about with this brand. togetherness and originality. It's often the things that set us apart that bring us together, with an ethos of presenting clothes that strike the eye to like-minded individuals who have a taste for boldness. The brand Bound was founded in 2018 with the inspiration to offer a new timeless direction of contemporary wear. With the use of premium materials, patterns, and carefully measured fits, our style will continually leap past the set boundaries. Each item is leveled with detailed craftsmanship, fully custom cut and sew to make every wear feel original. And they even have a hashtag, We Are Bound. This has more of the feel of like a PacSun or ASOS or, something like that. More of a regular website. You don't really have any theme going on like we've had with Alex's Stupid Shirts or Spacejunk. First off, you got a quarter zip sweatshirt, kind of cool, kind of cool silhouette to use. Quarter zips are nice. You got a striped sweatshirt, a knit tee, button-ups, striped tees, more button-ups, some plain tees, a button-up, striped tees, button-ups, striped tees, striped tee. So you can see, looking at the prices, 60 euros for a button-up, 48 for a short sleeve button-up, and the tees are all 35 euros, which I think is roughly like $40 US. So let's click on some of these products, get like a little description of what we are dealing with. Quarter zip panel, fits true to size, premium French terry, and brushed fleece cotton materials. I actually really like when websites do this. They include the model height and the size that they're wearing. Just gives you a lot better idea of the sizing of the item. Also, I like how on every pose this guy's just sitting there with his mouth open. But yeah, with that being said, there's not a whole lot to look at on their website. It's just more of like a normal website, something that you're used to. It doesn't have any crazy features or anything. Alright, so first off, let's look at their font. Bound. Does it look familiar? Personally, I think it looks very familiar. It kind of looks like this. The only difference maybe is the spacing of the letters, where Bound might be spaced out a little bit more than Supreme. But it looks like they're using almost the same exact font, if not the same exact font. Next up, when we look at their tees, specifically their striped tees, these also look kind of familiar. They kind of look like these. The striped and centered logo is not an exact match of the guest tees or guest designs, but it's obvious that this is the inspiration for those tees. Another interesting thing I noticed when browsing their web store was that they don't actually have any graphic tees. All they have are these patterned button-ups and then the striped tees. So I would side with this brand if their prices were more on the cheaper side, but their tees are 35 euros, like I said, roughly $40 US. A counter for that comes from the quality that these tees appear to have, which, could possibly justify the price. The tees are 100% French terry cotton for a premium feel, and also you make use of heavyweight 230 GSM. So what could their brand do to be better? Looking back on their coming soon posts from their Instagram, they put their logo over a bunch of patterns, and I'm not sure if these already dropped or not, but I think a shirt like this with the centered graphic would be better than some Guess replicas. That being said, I actually like the lavender striped tee. But here's my question. What's the difference between this and a Guess striped tee? Sure, the stripes are a little different and they have a different 5-letter word on it, but this brand just isn't doing anything unique. Why buy something unknown when you could buy something from a name brand? And I'm guilty of this too. Why did I buy this Supreme hat? 1, because it had Supreme on it, and 2, because trucker hats are the only thing that fits my giant dome. So what I'm trying to say is, with these smaller brands, especially when they're starting out, they need to build a following, and you do that by being different or doing something better than the rest. And yeah, these are nice quality shirts, but my question is, where's the diversity? So this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please share, leave a like if you guys did enjoy the video. Moving forward, I'm going to start reaching out to more of the brands, trying to get some more information about their origin, their creators, their inspiration, that type of stuff. But anyway, thanks again, and stay tuned for the next episode and whatever I got coming up this weekend.